Good morning and welcome to Teal House Farm and welcome to our mudroom renovation project. It's a mess in here right now, isn't it?
And the kitty paws.
And we got wet kitty paws on the floor. Today we are going to set up and organize our new upright deep freezer so that we can get rid of our giant chest freezer. This ancient beast has done us well, but it's going to be repurposed as feed storage because the lid is so heavy. Its freezing capabilities are on its last legs. So we need to get everything from there to here, and we're going to make it all pretty and organized and show you how we make the most of the space. We buy all of our meat in bulk one time a year, and so it's really important to us that we have enough space to store that. We usually buy a whole hog and a quarter cow. And the deep chest freezer has the benefit of having a little bit more space in it. But I think with some clever organization, we'll have plenty of room in this new upright freezer, plus the benefit of being able to easily get what I want instead of having to dig around in the bottom of a chest freezer, which is super hard to reach sometimes. So in the chest freezer, I use cardboard boxes to organize the food.
Mama.
And that's actually worked really well. These are old diaper and chip boxes. Yes, JJ.
I have a secret.
You have a secret? What's your secret?
Mickey's pooping.
No, she's not.
Mom.
I used to try plastic containers in here, but the weight of stacking them on top of each other plus the freezing temperature, all the plastic bins would crack and stuff would go everywhere. So if you have a chest freezer, cardboard boxes, they work great. But in here, the plan is to use some pretty looking bins because I like pretty looking things and that they will also be easy to label. But first we need to measure. I need to know exactly how much space there is across, so I make sure that I get bins that fit as tightly as possible to make the best use of our space. You gotta hold it right here. Okay? Micah, hold that, make sure it doesn't move. Alright, JJ, drag it across. Hold it. All the way to the other side. Keep going.
Mommy, what's this?
Okay, let's see how deep it is. So I want to know how far it is from here to the back wall.
I don't know if I would. I would say about 22 inches.
Okay, we did got it all written down. We also did the math. It's hard to do math in the store with all the kids. So I preferably like 3 bins on each shelf. So that's 8 or 9 inches each wide. But if they have large ones, I could do 2 that are 12 or 13 inches. Keep in mind, in most upright freezers, the corners are not square. They are rounded. So you don't want it to be to add up to 28 inches exactly. You need a little bit of wiggle room to take care of those rounded corners. So these are a little bit less than the total width. We have the depth, so our baskets aren't too long, and then we also know with the number of shelves that we have that I don't want them less than 6 inches tall because that would just waste a lot of vertical space, but I cannot have them more than 10 inches tall, otherwise we'll have to take a shelf out, which is going to waste a lot of vertical space.
Mommy, do we have any?
You have some dollars to spend?
Let's get some baskets.
Gonna help me?
Some baskets.
You gonna get pretty ones?
Can I get real baskets? Yeah.
We're gonna try. We're gonna see what we can get at the $1 store. Okay, we are back from the store, and what I ended up doing, I have 2 of these big baskets for the very top shelf, which is the deepest shelf in the freezer, and these fit perfectly side by side, no gap in between. And then I bought 6 of these from the other 3 shelves. These are from the Dollar Tree actually, so these were $1 each. These were Dollar General, $4 each. So 8 plus 6 is 14, so that's $14 worth of baskets. That is not bad at all. The only thing I don't like, these aren't actual square baskets, so we're getting some gap here. So we could have been much more efficient if I could find square baskets. But I looked online too, and to find ones the right size that were actually square, you're looking at spending $10 a basket, which is $60, and that just seems absolutely ridiculous. So I think this will be just fine. So I got some labels. We're gonna label them. So on my phone, I use this app called No Waste, which is like a pantry tracker app, and I use it for my deep freezer to help me keep track of what's in there. So I'm gonna go through here so I can remind myself what I have a lot of, and then I can use that to label the baskets, and then we'll get everything moved over.
We need two. Which one should I put it on?
That one right there.
How about I hold
No,
the camera?
don't touch the camera.
But how can I do the whole thing?
Okay.
Ready?
We have our station set up. Micah is in charge of tallying so we can make sure what's in my phone actually matches what's in the freezer. Annie, what do you have?
I have bacon and ham.
And Ivy, what do you have?
Yeah, I have sausage and
Pork.
pork.
Pork chops and steaks. That's right. And the big one is for what, Ivy? Hamburgers, yep.
Hamburgers.
Okay, we finished. I'll show you what we got. Ta-da! And here on the bottom is where I'm storing our tomatoes that we're freezing for making sauce in the fall. Plus we got some extra butter on here. I still have lots of space on the shelves. And actually, these white baskets are perfect because they're actually like rectangular and they're not all trapezoidal. Really lose a lot of space with this design. I'm just going to keep my eyes open. I don't want to spend a ton of money on baskets. That's ridiculous. So I'm sure if I just use these and keep my eyes open at the dollar store, we'll be able to find some baskets that are more square and will be a better use of space. And then I use these stickers to label baskets because I want something that I can change out depending on what we have, but these stickers are already falling off, so I'm gonna have to find a different solution, but for now that'll work just fine. We're gonna unplug this bad boy, let it defrost, and then it's going to get transferred out of the mudroom into the barn and just be a feed storage bin because nothing is gonna get in there. That lid is so heavy. And then we will have everything cleared up in order to rip out the rest of the old, I don't know what you call it, old walling on here and get started on designing the interior of our mudroom. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to drop a note below and we will talk to you soon.